I think we should be live now. Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates, and the third Patreon Q&A. I think it is. It's a September monthly Q&A, and just to kind of recap what this is, it's basically a question and answer session live that I will be answering questions that I've collected on my Patreon page from my Patreons, and all the Padawan Plus Patreons will be able to watch this live. So a few of you might be in the chat. It's obviously not going to be as many people as normal because I have a limited amount of Patreons and it's hard to pick a good time that works for everyone. But I noticed that Patrick was in the chat, and I've actually added the chat to the stream, so you should be able to see that. It might be something I will carry over to other streams. I haven't decided yet, but we will see. So this is live right now for a couple of Patreons who received the link beforehand, and then after the live stream is done, the link will be posted to my Patreon, so all my Patreons, no matter which rank or whatever you call it, will be able to see it. And then on Friday, it's Thursday today, on Friday it will be posted for everyone on my YouTube channel, basically, because I don't want to hold off any content from my channel. I want everyone to be able to see it sooner or later. So I have collected questions beforehand from the page that I will answer, and if anyone wants to ask any questions in the chat, I will of course take those as well. But let me just quickly make sure that everything is working. Check out the test page. And I have muted. Yep, it seems to be working. Perfect. So let's jump straight into the questions, because I know that's what you're watching for. So first off, Anton, also known as the Hydron, asked me, what DLC were you most excited for and why? And they also asked, what DLC do you think brought us the most content so far? And I think these two kind of go into each other, so I want to answer them together. I think that Death Star was probably the one I was most excited for, because I was really excited for the heroes and they were coming to it, and just the feeling of it, you know, space battles, Death Star, all of that kind of stuff. But gameplay wise, I feel like now that I've played all three, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite. But I think just purely gameplay, like game mode wise, I think I prefer Extraction. I think Extraction, or if to be more exact, I guess you could say the second phase of the Death Star, because that's very similar. I think those are my favorites, because I really like infantry combat, and I wasn't a huge fan of Sabotage. But there's like so many different things I like about deals. Like the trench run is so much fun when you do it yourself, and the heroes are, I think the favorite heroes are probably in the Death Star DLC right now. So it's really hard for me to pick one favorite, but when they add more game modes to the Death Star, like infantry game modes, I will like it even more, because although the flying is cool, it's not something I want to do hours upon hours, because then it gets kind of boring in my opinion. And what DLC do you think that brought us the most content so far? That is the Death Star. Like, if you just look at statistics, we got 5 maps, we got the like longest game mode, 2 heroes, and but we got like 2 ship heroes, multiple new AI ships. So that way it is better. I mean, more content, but as many people have said, if you're only into infantry, it's gonna be the DLC with the least content in it. So that all depends on how you see it, basically. And hello, Smay, also known as Noah. I've learned your names now. Thank you for tuning in. You're actually gonna show up in the stream now if everything works properly. I figured out how to actually get just the chat screen capped into the, or browser capped, or whatever you call it, into the stream. So next question from Monsieur Flibble. How much of the diorama have you completed? So I thought it was easier to just show that, so let me just quickly mute the gameplay and let's take a look. I rarely check this out. I didn't check it out until you asked me, and basically the stuff that I'm missing are just single player stuff. You see AI missions, master. I'm almost done with it. I just need one more here. I think my mouse just broke down. I can't press the button. There we go. And this one is collect all the stars. Why is my mouse button not working properly? I'll click up there. And then we have survival missions on master difficulty, which I haven't done at all. So all of those 4 are for the single player, and I'm not a huge fan of single player, which is why I don't really haven't unlocked them because I don't care that much about the diorama. And lastly, we have this one. Get 100 vehicles with the cloud car, and I only have one because I think the cloud car is still so crappy that I don't really want to use it. So I guess out of the multiplayer part, I have everyone except for one. I'm not sure if any of these are like hard to actually get, reach, because it feels like most of them are just farm things. There's not really a lot of things that you need to like do something hard, except for maybe the master difficulty. I might dedicate a stream to actually unlocking these. We'll see about that. But let's bring back the gameplay. Oh no, I think I just... Oh, did my mouse really have to break down during this stream? There we go. I've had some issues with my mouse. I'm looking into getting a new one. But yeah. Oh, okay, I just saw that question from the chat here from Noah. How many hours have you played? I think I can't really boot up the game right now. Let me just check on Origin actually. I think no, wait. I had the career open here, so of course I can check it. I have played a total of where do I see that? Detailed stats. 257 hours. So that's about less than a third. That's almost 25% as much as Tesco. So I still think I've played a lot, but unfortunately not enough. So next question from my Patreon page. From Martin H. Do you think they will continue to support Battlefront after the Rogue One DLC with free maps or weapons until Battlefront 2 arrives? I'm not sure. I think they should. Like, after the Rogue One DLC, I think they should release one final expansion pack for free that will fix a lot of the bugs, unless they do it before that, polish the game up, a last balance patch, maybe Mos Eisley, two free heroes, you know, just to end on a good slate, if you know what I mean. Like, just don't just end with Rogue One. End with a big bang that's gonna be a lot of people will be really happy, like, wow, this game actually turned out to be really good, especially with all the free content and so on. So I might buy Battlefront 2. It's a good way for them to actually get people positive about the game, because a lot of people have obviously given up on the game. I can't deny that. I think that's what they should do, but I don't think they're gonna. That's probably gonna be maybe March, February, if they do anything like that. Because if the next game is released maybe in November, December the same year, they can't really release DLCs and stuff close to that. That just wouldn't work. But I don't think there's gonna be any more paid content after the Rogue One DLC. Possibly free content, but that's just pure speculation. So next question from Justin. What do you think about the new heroes? Do you think anything is OP or too bad about them? If so, what? I think the heroes are really good. I love them. I don't think they're OP, but there are some bugs / annoying things that I think they should fix. First off, you know, the toggling thing with the Bosk's heat vision, which doesn't really work. It just toggles off all the time, which is so annoying. That's not like a balance thing, it's just a bug basically, which they need to fix. And for Chewie, but I think for Chewie they need to fix this delay thing, where because he's already so slow. And when you do like a ground slam, or if you do a roar, you can't fire your bowcaster for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. You just stand there, you just click the button, nothing happens, and which is really frustrating. And that's another thing I think they should fix with it. But otherwise, I think they are really good, and I'm happy with them. No, I asked you at Celebration, but now that the new DLC is here, who is your favorite hero? I think I would have to say Bosk right now. I really love his abilities, the way he runs around. Chewie is better in game modes like Hero Hunt. Or actually, is he? I actually played better with Bosk. No, I think Bosk. I'll have to go with Bosk. He's like the Luke of the Empire, but with like a weapon, which I prefer over a lightsaber, at least in the game. So yeah, I think I'd have to say Bosk right now. Jorge asked me a quite interesting question. Who do you think Snoke is? I just can't believe someone this powerful and old isn't someone that had a role during the Galactic era. There is a theory on him being Mace Windu, which actually isn't as crazy as I thought. All that is missing is a very good reason for him to fully turn to the dark side. I personally don't think it's Mace Windu. I just can't really see that. I don't see that fitting. I did think that it would be Plagueis for quite a long time until they debunked that. But now it's kind of at this point where I completely agree with you, Jorge. I don't think he... it can't just be... yeah, he must have had a role during the Galactic era, but I think he's probably someone who had a big role, but that just hasn't been in the movies or the comics. So when they actually reveal who this is, they might release a lot of background stuff on him. So it might have been I don't know, like the Emperor's advisors, or anyone who were involved either with the Jedi or with the Sith in some way, because it can't just be a nobody. Sure, it might have been a nobody in the movies or in the comics so far, but it has to have been someone important in the actual universe, if you know what I mean. So that's what I think. It's gonna be a new character for us, but it's not gonna be a new character for the universe, if that makes sense. Especially considering the way that they talk about Snoke, like he's someone everyone knows about, Leia and Han. So I think it's someone who's been with them for a long time, but just hasn't been in the movies. Oh, you got a 152 streak with Bosk, Jesus. And I thought my 37 streak on Hero Hunt was good, but I actually haven't really had a chance to play Bosk in like Walker Assault or some game mode where it's easier to get good streaks. So that's something I really want to try out, maybe in a stream soon, we'll see. Bucky Plays asked me, what graphics card and processor or CPU do you use? In my main PC, the gaming PC, I have a AMD Fury card. I have a i7 6700K CPU. And in my second PC, which I use for streaming, except for today, because today I'm not gaming, this is just old gameplay I'm showing, because as I said, I want to focus on the Q&A and so on. So otherwise, on my streaming PC, I have a GTX 670, but that doesn't really matter on a streaming PC. And then I have a i7 3770, I think it's called. But I'm gonna buy another i7 6700K CPU to my streaming PC, because I want to be able to stream 1080p 60 FPS, which I currently can't do because the old PC, my streaming PC, simply isn't strong enough. So look forward to that. My streams in the near future will all be 1080p 60 FPS. I just need to order the parts, get them home, build the PC, or like upgrade the PC, and then I should be good to go. It's a quite big investment. It's like $700 just to get 1080p 60 FPS, but I do everything for my streams because you guys seem to enjoy them. And sure, Noah, I can check it out. Send me a message on Patreon or Twitter later on, and I'll check it out after the stream. Let me see. A question from Barfu. What loadout / game mode do you like the best if you're just wanting to maximize your KD? That's hard. I never really play just to maximize my KD. I mean, I play because I want to have fun and win, and then I usually get a good KD. But I would probably say something like Blast is kind of a safe card for me, because generally speaking, if I play with just random people, I do pretty good. And on Blast, there's not going to be anyone with vehicles, there's going to be no one with heroes. So I think it's Blast. Loadout wise, I usually just like my standard Jump Pack, Adrenaline Stim, Bacta Bomb, and then something like Bodyguard or Berserker. Because I feel like the main weapons are good enough for me to kill people with, that I don't really need I don't need offensive star cards. I would rather use defensive star cards to heal with, if that makes sense. Whereas if I play maybe Drop Zone or something, a scatter gun can come in handy when I want to shoot someone through the shield. But if there's no objectives, I just like to use my blaster to kill people and just heal myself up. So another question from Anton /Dehydron. What are your thoughts on the Rogue One DLC? How it will change Battlefront, and if I'm upset, it's probably the last DLC. I wouldn't say upset. I feel like, well, if they don't release any new free content like I talked about earlier, it's going to be a little bit disappointing. But well, how it's going to change Battlefront, I feel like it's going to be the kind of the sweet spot for the game. There's already been so many nice changes to the game now with the traits, the different balanced things. So now it's even more balanced, and I hope that in the Rogue One DLC that they will be able to iron out all these bugs and stuff that they always introduce in every single DLC, bugs that takes months for them to fix. And I hope that's gonna be something that they will manage to work better with the Rogue One DLC. And just the gameplay itself, I'm really excited because I like Walker Assault. That's probably still my favorite game mode. And there's most likely going to be some sort of Walker Assault game mode on Scarif, which I'm extremely excited to see. So yeah, I think that's what I'm most looking forward to, actually. The heroes we don't really know much of yet, so I can't say I'm too excited about them. I'm more excited about the maps and the game modes, actually. Do you know if they're going to be fixing the glitch? Oh, question from Monsieur Flibble. Do you know if they're going to be fixing the glitch where Bosk's second ability randomly turns off? Yes, I mentioned this earlier. I've even talked directly to the hero designer who said he's looking into it, basically. So yeah, they are going to fix it. Simple as that. I don't know, they don't know when it's going to be fixed, but it will be fixed. They know about it. Do you think Shuba looks a bit strange in game? Not too bad, to be honest. I'm not really the person who looks the most into graphics. He didn't look too good in the trailer, but when I actually play, I don't really think it's any problem. Another question from Monsieur Flibble again. Do you think the EE4 is too strong, or are you happy with how powerful it is at the moment? I am a little bit unsure. I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit too strong at short range, where it kind of one-shots you. Which I don't think it should be able to do. It shouldn't be able to one-shot people. That's my basic thought on it. Because now that we have the TL50, which is pretty good. Yeah, but I feel like they might want to bump up the other weapons a little bit to make them kind of equal. Because right now I pretty much only use the EE4 or the TL50. Question from Justin, who made my intro animation. I paid a guy called Pixel Flare Graphics to make it for me. Yeah, so that's, you can Google that, Pixel Flare Graphics, basically. Barfu asked, have you and or the community been noticing an abnormal amount of lag in the last couple of weeks? If yes, what do you think is behind that? The thing is, this question was actually asked before the DLC, because before the DLC I didn't have any lag issues, so that wasn't until now that appeared. But basically, if we're talking about the server lag right now, I'm gonna have a video talking about that probably tomorrow, like a news video, because they did say that they are looking into it. They thought they released a patch yesterday, which was kind of like no one noticed it, which was supposed to fix, but it didn't really do that. And they have ironed it out and said that it seems to be mostly in Supremacy, but there are in some other game modes as well, even though Supremacy is kind of the main lag thing. So they know about it, they are working on it, and hopefully it's going to be fixed fairly soon. So no, it's not your PCs. If you're getting disconnects, it's the whole servers, basically. Oh, thank you very much, Noah. What was your highlight of Star Wars Celebration? Mine was meeting you. Thank you, I'm glad to hear. Actually, one of the highlights was meeting all of you guys. I was so surprised when I was there about how many of you actually came up to me like, hey, your Battlefront updates, right? And then started talking to me. I really did not expect, considering how, like, I don't know, I'm not that famous, you know. But it felt like that specific point. Oh wait, also please wear the helmet. Sure, I'll do that. I'll honor your request. I don't even need my headset right now because I'm not playing the game, so let me bring up the helmet. My fancy pink. Let's see if you can I even, my headset was stuck here. Here we go. My helmet that my friends painted me. I've showed this before, but I might as well show it again. Here's a stormtrooper, and I think there's, oh, here's Darth Vader Kawaii, and then there's some other jokes that it's gonna take me too long to explain, basically. But here's my fancy helmet. But yeah, that was one of my highlights of Star Wars Celebration. And then the way I also think that another thing was that I've been to Gamescom, I've been to E3 and EA Play, and all of those have been so crowded, and you're too tired to actually do anything. I don't want to queue for 30 minutes to do something. Whereas on Star Wars Celebration, it was a lot more stands or whatever it's called, and not as many people, and everything was interesting. Everything was Star Wars. They had cool, especially like unfortunately the only panel I watched was the one with what was the name again? Oh, I should know this. C3PO, Anthony Daniels, and that was a lot of fun as well. I really wish and the EA panel of course as well, but I wish I would have been able to see the panel with Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, as well as the Rebels panels. Well, that would basically all panels seemed interesting to me. So I don't know. I thought Star Wars Celebration to me was a lot better than both Gamescom, E3, and EA Play. Those are really fun to just be at the press conferences, watch that, and then I'm done. But Star Wars Celebration was cool to just hang around, meet people, and stuff like that. So let me know in the chat if you have any more questions for me before we end this stream. I have a few. I think I have a few more here on Patreon. Let me just quickly check. I just accidentally closed down the window. I have all the questions, so that's why I'm being a little bit here. No wait, that's the wrong one. Here it is. No wait, that's the wrong one as well. Here it is, the question thread. So I think I had a couple of more. Rip, not whip. Oh, for the that's the thing. I didn't even know that the VR thing even was at Star Wars Celebration until afterwards, so I actually missed it. I did the Battlefront VR at Gamescom, but apparently there was this really cool mission on Tatooine thing on Star Wars Celebration that I had no idea about because EA didn't do it, so they didn't tell me and I didn't know about it, which was, I really regret not doing that. Let me see how we. I'm just gonna check quickly. If you could fix from Jorge, if you could fix one thing about the partnering system to make it more useful, what would it be? As of right now, just make it work better. I think it's fine as it is right now, but it's damn annoying that it's not working properly. You're getting, or just partner and party system in general. You end up in different games. You need to restart the game to even join. And you get kicked from the games. I just think it's really, I don't know, the party system is just so annoying, at least on PC. I'm not sure how it is on other on other platforms. Can we give a nickname to when someone drops a Bacta bomb and then dies? I always feel like it's the blue fart of death or something. Fair enough, the blue fart of death sounds like a reasonable a reasonable name for it. But that happens to me so often. Like I think just in the video I uploaded earlier today with the healing loadout, I'm ready to throw it, I die, and then poof, it explodes after I'm dead. How was the Battlefront VR? I thought it was really good. I had some bad experiences with VR beforehand where I got sick and so on, and this was the first time where I actually felt like, wow, this is actually really cool. I can look around the cockpit of the X-Wing, like, oh, I saw the TIE fighter flying by, and stuff like that. So I would definitely recommend buying. Oh wait, no wait, it's free. Yeah. So if you have a PlayStation 4, fortunately you gotta buy the VR headset, which is kind of expensive. But if you do buy the VR headset, definitely try it out because I thought it was really cool. It wasn't the full one, but it was still. I'd like to first. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be when it's done. Probably around 30 minutes or something, and I think I played maybe 5 or 10 minutes. But yeah, I think that wraps up today's Q&A. So again, thank you very much to all my Patreons. I should actually, like I usually do, just give a quick shout out to all my Patreons because I really appreciate your support and I appreciate everyone watching, everyone supporting me in general, and I hope you guys enjoy these Q&As. I think it's a bit more fun to like talk just to a Q&A. I do a lot of mini Q&As during my actual streams, but this one is kind of dedicated to just answering questions. So again, a huge thank you to all my Patreons: Christian, Martin, Justin, Anton, Johan, Jorge, Barfu, Bucky, Noah, Martin, Matty, James, Monsieur Flibel, Jared, Harrison, Star Wars Explained, also known as Alex, you guys know him, and Petter. So thank you to all of you for supporting me on Patreon, and I hope to see you in the next month's Q&A, and of course in my next couple of streams. I will maybe be streaming on Saturday. I can't promise, but I will be leaving on Sunday on vacation from Sunday to Thursday. So I really want to get a stream in this week, so I'm aiming to do it on Saturday. I hope so. But thank you guys, thank you to Noah and Patrick for tuning into the Q&A as well. I will hopefully see you guys next week. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.